started here a little late, so I'm not expecting many people to come on, but I'm going to quickly get started. It's not a usual Wednesday. It took me forever to get myself together, so we are going to just start and go from there. Have my quick sip. I guess since I brushed my teeth, that tastes disgusting right now. Everything good? Yeah, I'm chilling. I really can't complain. Everything is copacetic for the most part, except I just want to get my hair done. But that's besides the point. I've been rocking this hairstyle for too long. So, let me get into it. Just some quick conversation. The calendar, always still available. And also, those are interested in getting published in a magazine, message me. I am the creative director and writer for Style and Soul magazine. So definitely check that out. Okay. So there are a few topics that I want to discuss. The first one is dating in the workplace in general. I want to talk about dating in the workplace, but specifically as creators, actors, designers, and those that are in the entertainment business. And the third conversation is kissing your children. I know this might sound weird, but it's kissing your children if you're in a sexual relationship. Hi, how are you doing, George? I hope everything is well. And another conversation is it mandatory for your person to follow you on social media? Hey Mels, how's it going, beautiful? So good evening for those that are coming in. Welcome to Kaynichole After Dark. I am your host, Kaynichole, and I was just giving just an overview of the conversation tonight. We're going to talk about dating in the workplace, specifically with dating other content creators and designers and those that are in the quote-unquote entertainment field, and kissing your children if you are a sexual being. And then lastly, but not least, is it a prerequisite or should it be a requirement for your person to follow you on social media or any social platform? So, okay. So what got me into the whole dating in the workplace, okay, is a friend of mine. It always comes from a conversation. So a friend of mine was telling me how she works with this homegirl or whatever, and they went out for an evening to hang out or whatever, and she found out that the boyfriend had gotten one of his friends to follow them to this event. He knew that his girlfriend was going to be there, but he feels like she's cheating and doing stuff on the job, so he didn't go to the event, but sent one of his homeboys to go to the event and follow her and everything like that, which is mad sus, first of all. That's really weird. I didn't know that we were doing that these days. I didn't know men were doing that these days, but whichever. Kel said, I've dated a model and it was funny and complicated. Elegance and Focus says it would be nice to have input from time to time from your mate. Thing is, I'm a photographer, stalker. Either lot. Yes, it was. It was kind of like stalkerish behavior, definitely. But in my own past, I have dated guys that I worked with. Sometimes it was a clean break, either they got fired and we were still dating or whatever case might be, or someone left the job. But say that y'all are still both there. Y'all are still both really good workers. Do you feel, because I mean, they constantly say, don't shit where you eat. We hear that all the time. However, it has been found statistically that more people find, I mean, outside of meeting people online, that most people date and meet people at the job where you spend most of your time. So it's kind of weird how we say, for me anyway, I think about it's like an oxymoron that we say don't shit where we eat, and people constantly find love at the workplace. So, what are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that it's a problem when you date somebody at the job, or do you think as long as there's rules in place, things should work out? Let me know. What are y'all thoughts? Personally, I always think that if you are going to date in the workplace, there should be rules. Some of the rules that I would think that you would want to have an effect would be first, not bringing our relationship stuff to the job. When we're at work, we're at work. We're not talking about our relationship stuff at the job. Point blank, period. Keeping that as a prerequisite. Then I would say, if we ever become where, because, it can be where one has, one's a manager or a supervisor over you, right? So do you think you should still be there under them, or do you think that you should move to a different department? I personally feel like you should move to a different department, because if you correct me or say something to me and I don't like it, or like how you said it in front of the rest of the coworkers and they know that we're dating, I'm going to have a problem. So for me, knowing that about myself, I would just work in with a different department and not work under that person, especially if I'm upset and we lived together and we had something going on, and then you're telling me what to do at work. Yeah, I might just have a personal problem. Kels says, I can date where I work as long as there's rules and we're in different departments. Okay, see, so you're about that different department solution as well. Be the loud cutter says, I feel like rules are mandatory because it can get complicated. True, but I'm just saying that a lot of people enter in relationships with no rules, just like, let's see what happens. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that is like always like the go-to of, let's see what happens. Let's just, go with the vibe and just see how it goes. And it's just like, that is wild. That is truly wild for you to be like, I'm going to date somebody at the job and we're just going to see what happens. Or, we're just going to play it by ear. I really do feel like rules have to be in place, especially when you're when you're working in the same workspace together, like just a regular job, not something where putting more complications into it, where you're dating a person that's in the entertainment business or acting. Vita Goddess says, I've been in a situation where he would get jealous if I socialize with another coworker. Yeah, it can get really ugly. So I suggest, if you are one of those unfortunate souls that want to date in the workplace, please put down some ground rules. Be mindful, be cognizant of what you're doing, because there's nothing worse that if that's your bread and butter job, than for you to lose it and get fired over some relationship nonsense. So think, people. And with that, going over to the whole celebrity thing. Now, because someone brought to my attention, if y'all watch the Oscars, hey, Fade Master, I don't know if y'all watched the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars. Really wasn't interested in it. But they were saying I had seen a clip about how Halle Berry kissed Adrian Brody unexpectedly on the lips or whatever. He had done that at the 2009 Oscars or whatever. So she was getting her get back 22 years later. Really weird. Really weird. I was when I said that Stephen A. Smith was like, oh, Serena Williams has been thinking about, Drake or whatever, and how that sounded like nonsense. It seemed like it was nonsense for her to kiss him 22 years later. Like, Fila Guy says it looked staged. Staged or not, I'm like, 22 years later, why is this even in people's minds? Who even cares? Like, it was an iconic kiss. Really? Was it? I don't know. I just don't think that it was just that compelling. But it led me to think about when you are a celebrity, well, not even a celebrity, when you're in the entertainment fields and you're doing acting and stuff like that, even as a model, right? You are in a music video, right? And you're doing different scenes. How do you handle dating somebody that might be just, and when I say this, I mean in no disrespect, right? A regular person versus somebody else that's in entertainment. Like, how can y'all navigate that? I find that would be really difficult, as an actress, and you have to do a love scene. And of course, you don't love this person, but you have to act passionate. You have to do these things. And you have your significant other on the sidelines, like, did you like the kiss when they kissed you? Did you find it compelling? Like, if I were at my big old age now, be like, I have a role on Watson and I'm playing the significant other to Morris Chestnut. Like, I don't know. I might put a little extra in it, say Mrs. Chestnut will just have to survive this. Like, how would you maintain that? And like, for men that are, musical artists and everything like that, it's like you have these women pawing over you, wanting to get to know you, being in your music videos. How does your girl not get insecure, especially if you have, because I know not everybody does, but I'm a person that loves good hygiene. So I'm saying, what if you were one of those people that smell good, real clean and everything like that, and people like, you take good care of your body, Um, I always use like body oils and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll use sprays, sometimes I'll use oils, but I'm a person that likes to smell good, be clean and everything like that. So you imagine, you being around fresh, good scents and stuff like that, and your partner be like, oh, I could see that you like their scent or whatever, because our bodies show when we like certain things. So I don't know. I'm thinking that it would be really hard for a person to be in a relationship knowing that something could possibly pop off. And I know that it also is about having faith and trust in your partner, but like just the fact that they're kissing somebody else and having to act or do music videos, like, how will y'all maintain that? Kel says, I do believe if you're not secure with yourself, then you shouldn't be dating or in a relationship. Okay. Now, I challenge that thought, because are you saying that because there are people that are insecure, that deal with certain insecurities. Like, I deal with certain insecurities. So are you saying that until they are able to pass that level, that they shouldn't be in a relationship? Because doesn't everyone deserve to be loved? Doesn't everyone deserve to find somebody that is going to give them happiness? So I'm just wondering, because that's why I kind of would not completely go with that, unless you're doing the work to become more secure, because we all have trauma. Like I said in my last video, we all have trauma. The biggest traumas that affect us are our childhood and our relationship traumas. So I mean, you could say you could have been secure. There's people that I'm sure were secure and then ended up in relationships with people that were bad for them. So now their security in themselves and other things have diminished, you know? So I feel like that should really be taken into account. I think once you meet your person, it heals your insecurities. I believe that as well. I do. I agree with you completely on that. I do feel like the right person is going to heal your insecurities. Welcome, for those that are coming in. Welcome to Kaynichole After Dark, where we talk about relationships and a whole bunch of other things. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So, and be sure, if you missed anything, be sure to check out it on YouTube where the playback. You just came on. I do not add people just to the live just because you have to be able to add them to the conversation. So if you're willing to add to the conversation, then sure, I will let you in. But just to have conversation, no. So let me know. So I do. So I agree with you completely. Yes, the right person will heal you. But I just have a hard time thinking, because I just like, I'm working as an actress, right? I do modeling, but I work trying to get more acting roles and everything like that. And playing the love interest and stuff like that is cool. You have fun with it and stuff, but it's like so many people create these fantasies and relationships because of them acting and being together all the time, right? That it gives maybe a false sense of a relationship. At least that's what I think. I think that's what happens with these celebrities and stuff like that. They're on set for like months at a time working with this person and everything like that. And they, at one point or another, can't distinguish fiction from reality, and they now believe that they really have like strong emotions for these people. I don't know, because someone had the nerve to tell me that they loved me after knowing me for like 3 weeks, and I felt like that was like love dumping and all that kind of like unhealthiness, because it's like no one can truly love you unless they know all of you. That's what, at least that's what I think. I don't think a person can love you until they have really experienced all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. And then I can say, oh yeah, you love me. You've seen it all. You've seen all of me and you still accept me. So I think that's what love is. The love, again, for me, is an action word. I was on an earlier conversation on another person's live, and they were talking to me about how love is a feeling and everything like that. Love is an action word. I hear what you're saying that they have in the dictionary, and that's all great and beautiful, but love requires work. And if you're not willing to put in the work with somebody, then you don't really love them. You just kind of like them. The Lot God says Brad Pitt situation back when he cheated on the girl from Friends. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. Like, I do believe, like, yeah, because he was doing that. That was a work relationship. Yeah, because he was on Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? And I'm sure him being with Angelina Jolie for all that time and them building that relationship, that he might have thought that they had really some strong chemistry going on. And then to realize, I mean, and obviously they did, because, they had a whole family and everything like that. So power to them, that they made it. They obviously did have something and they made it work for as long as they did. But the way that he went about it was freaking shady as fuck. That's why I look at Brad Pitt. Because I used to be a Brad Pitt fan, but how he did it was shady as shit. So that is my only issue with how that was handled, because you could have told her, what was up, instead of her having to find out in the way that she did. Like, that was kind of corny. Like, be a man about yours and let them know, not so they can find out in the tabloids or find out through a text message. Like, that's corny shit. So I just, again, with the whole dating and everything like that, be mindful. Yeah, it was messy, right? It was super messy. So, which goes into my next question, which is, because we live in a digital age, we got TikTok, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Lemon, we got all these different social medias. Do you feel that it should be a requirement or a prerequisite in your relationship for the person to follow you on your social sites? I personally think that once you've been 6 months into your relationship, you should change your status. I personally feel that, if you've been in your relationship for 6 months, then it's time you change your status from single to dating. And if you want to say dating whoever, then put that there. But I do feel like you should share after 6 months that you are in a pretty serious relationship. But when it comes to social media, like it took me a while to want to decide about this because I do kind of feel like if you're dating me, you should be supporting me, which support is clearly following my social media sites and helping my businesses and everything like that. But then again, not everybody that's on social media has um and has a business, right? So for those that don't have businesses, I can understand why it's not really a big deal if your person follows you on social media. But a lot of us are creatives out here and do music and stuff like that. So what do you think? Do you think as a creative, as a business on social media, that it should be a prerequisite that your partner follow you on Instagram or whatever your social media sites are? Any thoughts to it? Because personally, again, I know I can be funny. Okay, let's see.
What up?
Hello.
What up? What it do?
Hey, you still in the car? You just driving around.
Oh no,
You just
I got a lot of things to drive to. I'll be
oh,
driving around.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think it's a must. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm a content creator. This is a content car. Uh, a lot of things that your mate might see on the internet on your page when you create content might disturb them or rub them the wrong way because it might look like it's something that it's not because it's meant to do that. You know what I mean? It's created to be a skit. It's created to be comedy or created to
okay.
evoke emotion. So in that doing that, it could seem like you like a woman. It could seem like y'all on a date. It could show images of you and giving her flower and feeding her food and it's all made up and it's all fake. But when a woman
Hmm.
sees that, it could really bother them and hurt their soul.
So you don't. So you feel that your partner shouldn't necessarily have to follow you on your social medias.
No, definitely not have to, and
Okay.
almost rather not. I wouldn't mind, but it definitely would be a conversation. Please understand that a lot of stuff you see is to excite people, it's to entertain people. It ain't
Okay.
actually going on. It's not actually reality. It's manifested situations.
So I mean, do you feel that a conversation should be had first before you guys decide to
I always have a
follow each other?
conversation before I add them to
Okay.
before I add them to social media. I always have a conversation about what they're going to see, and it might bother them. You know what I mean? It might rub them the wrong way.
That's true. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. And it should be a conversation to be had. But I was thinking that it's definitely something worth exploring because a lot of people have businesses on social media and they want person always cares about the support, right? It's about supporting your partner, right? So if they have a business or they are a content creator, I think it would be advantageous to their business, especially if they're making money through Instagram and everything like that, that you would want to, as their partner, share their work, share their stuff so that they can build their business, you know?
It does make sense, but at the same time, right? All right,
Hmm.
being a man, this is why I don't deal with women that's necessarily like rappers or content creators
Okay.
because I feel like part of protecting my woman is not showing them to the world and not sharing them to possible dangers. Is really keeping them away from that.
Okay.
So I feel like sharing them could be a double-edged sword. Actually, you're exposing them to more possible things you have to protect them from. I'm the
Gotcha.
type to not show my woman. I don't post my woman. It's not to hide. It's not to to hide from other girlfriends or nothing like that. It's to protect her from, because I know it's wolves out here. I come from the street. I know what it is out here. I know it's wolves. I know it's men willing to take advantage and prey on her at any given time, at every given angle. Even if they are people that smile in my face and shake my hand. You know what I mean? They still might prey on you when my back turned. So just because you see me talk to somebody, see me with somebody, don't mean they're your friend too.
No, I definitely feel you on that. But I, again, like we had in a conversation earlier, that I feel that we're as being adults, you're supposed to defend your covenant of your relationship. Like it's up to each person to be the wall against forces. Like as a female, I'm supposed to put up the wall and forces up against any men that have any ill intentions towards my relationship. Just like the man is given is I would expect for him to put up his wall and forces to any females. Like, get back, get the hell on. Like it's all safe over here. And that's what I'm saying is the problem when people don't necessarily do that what they're expected to do. Because I feel like that's part of you being in a relationship is to protect it, both people.
I can agree.
Okay.
I just feel like a lot of women don't understand all the dangers that exist to the level that they actually exist. They probably never seen somebody actually kidnapped. They might have never had a gun to their head. They might have never seen somebody shot. They might have never seen somebody stabbed. They might have might not know how real that is, especially for somebody that's exposing themselves to the public and people that they don't know. The average person don't have a bunch of people they don't know that know what they look like and know who they are, and possibly know where they be at and know where they go, based off them being an artist or content creator. Because most of us, we have events, so we post where we're going to be at. It gives people that want to prey on us easy access to be where we at without our permission, because it's a public access environment. So people that we don't necessarily like, matter of fact, people we don't necessarily know from a can of paint. We never met them, we don't know them.
Yeah, true.
But they have a feeling or emotion towards us, whether that is like or dislike. Now, what type of person is that? Is that a kidnapper? Is that a rapist? Is that a homicidal maniac? Is that all? The more people we expose ourselves to, the more chances we expose ourselves to those type of people.
No, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. So my question, so I had asked the question earlier about dating in the workplace. What do you feel about that personally? If you like, do you feel, because when I was talking to the people that were here, they were saying that there should be guidelines, that there should be mandatory requirements regarding like we can date, but we have to be in separate departments. Like we can't be working in the same department together. We can't have bring our conversations. Like we can't go to lunch together. Like we need to keep it strictly work related. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't see nothing wrong with if somebody wants to be together at work and they're together. I don't see the problem with that. I feel like that'll help them work better. That'll help them be to work. That'll help them hold each other accountable more. And when I grew up, a lot of people had the same workplace and they was together and they got married and they worked for 30 years, 40 years, and everything was cool.
Okay.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. But me personally, I don't do that. I need time apart. I need to miss my woman. So I never dated a woman I went to school with. I never dated a woman I worked with. I never dated a woman on my block. I don't believe in. I don't want to see my woman every day because then I lose the lust. I lose the lackluster.
Okay. Unless you're living with her, right? Unless you're living with her, right?
Say it again.
Like you don't want to see her on the same block. What? She can't be your neighbor? You won't date a neighbor?
No. I really like a neighbor. My neighbor I grew up with, she's very beautiful. She's so down to earth and nice, and I really would. But the fact that she's my neighbor,
Really? Wow, that's
because I would
interesting.
have to see her every day. I don't want to have to see nobody every day. I feel like that takes away the excitement.
Oh, okay. Good evening, 1994. Let me see who
1994.
this other person wants to come in. Let's see.
We always talk. We got good talk. That's my guy right there. we always speak on dating. We always speak on what's going on now with dating the women and men and shit like
Mhm.
that.
Did I let her in? I think so. Hello?
Hello,
Hey, beautiful.
how you doing?
Well, thank you for joining the discussion. So, what do you think?
What, at the workplace?
At the workplace or just uh dating, dating, well, also for your partner or your person that you're dating to follow you on your social medias? Do you feel like it should be a requirement, or that y'all should have separate social media, like they should have their pay attention to their stuff and you pay attention to your stuff, like no social medias should interact?
Me personally, it doesn't matter if my partner has a social media or not, but I'm more of, how you say it, I'm protective too. So when that way with, I agree with ADOT due to the fact of, the what people got going on. So it's like I wouldn't want my partner to post me. I'm not even gonna hold you. I wouldn't. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't want him to post me. I wouldn't post him. Like what we got is what we got. The world really don't need to know. If you see us, you see us.
Well, I mean, more of like just not just like promoting each other, but basically just being a follower, just like liking your stuff, being there. Like, do you care about that stuff, or that's like not important? Like, I don't care if you like anything on my page. Like, as long as I'm together with you in real life, that's all that matters. Or I don't know if you have a business page on Instagram or something like that, and are dating somebody, and you know they don't
Oh,
mess with your work page either. Like, would you care?
no, I don't. I wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I have 3 work pages and then my regular page, and I wouldn't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I just feel
Okay.
like social media is just social media. Like, I mean, my partner might help me network. That's about it. But
Okay. And
yeah,
that's the kind of what what I was alluding to as basically if you're dating somebody and you have a business, me, I personally, because I go hard for my businesses, I would expect my partner to at least be following one of my business pages and to be helping me promote, helping me share the information, because it's like if you're not helping us win, then what are you doing? But that's just me. So that's why I'm like I bringing it to the to the forum and
no,
asking
I
questions.
understand. I understand. I definitely understand. I definitely understand. Well, I don't have a partner, but I mean, my old partners used to follow, so
Okay. No, same here, same here. So I'm just, I'm just getting ideas and thoughts. I bring Kaynichole After Dark is about talking about relationships and just building a bridge between the male and the female sexes. Because of course, there's always this thing about black women against black men and vice versa. And I'm just like, we just need to build a bridge to build closer to each other. We are not against each other. It's us
right,
against them.
right. It's really not though. But
So
you know, but
I feel like that's the constant
to your
narrative.
other question, in the dating in the workplace,
Hmm.
I have done it, but I won't do it no more. Like I've learned
Okay.
my
And
lesson. I learned my lesson.
what
I
was your
don't
thoughts
know.
on it? Because we were just saying that it was just messy.
Yeah,
Was
because
it
I
just
felt that's what it was. It was because it felt like I was being watched at all times. And then it's like, I don't know if he had insecurities or whatever, but every guy that talked to me, it was always an issue. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want too much conflict in our workplace. I go to work to get away from you. I see you when I see you.
agreed? Agreed. And thank you. I appreciate you joining the live. And I have one more question. This is my last question for the night. But I, because I had recently seen this, and I'm just like, I have thoughts about it because for me, it was a no-no. Like, and this is for people that are dating and that are like freaky. So you a freaky person, you like to do whatever.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel that it's appropriate for you to kiss your
I'm wrong.
child
So you're
on the
not getting
lips
the money
if
for
you are
whatever,
doing
right?
wild things
But you
in the
got a security
bedroom?
card. You can't give the money for 7 days.
No, I don't
See,
care
you
how
got to work it
much
out.
you brush your teeth, wash your face. I don't care. I have never kissed none of my kids on the lips.
Yeah,
I
I do
just
know.
don't think it's It's
Just
just
get all that red
hygiene
bread for
at
nothing.
all.
Can't
Like I don't,
just
especially
waste
if
my
I'm
life.
doing things with my partner, and then I do kiss my partner every day.
Well,
Like
that's what it is, bro.
don't think I just
That's why
don't
I was
think
gonna
that's
make
appropriate.
sure I was
I
gonna
just
tell
don't
you that
believe children should
beforehand, but I
kiss in the
thought
mouth at
somebody was
all.
smart enough to
So
know that somebody using their DoorDash, you're gonna
like,
want the money.
Okay. Ada, do you have anything to say to the conversation? Because I can hear you, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted.
did you hear what she said?
Oh, no, I was in the conversation. My bad.
I wanted to know the question was that if you are um dating someone and you like get into things or whatever y'all get into, do you think it's appropriate to kiss your children on the lips?
I mean, your kids. That's your kids. They came from your semen anyway. So
I mean, yes, but if you are
they
doing
are your
whatever with
semen.
your female and this, that, and the third, and it's not their baby mom, it's not your mom, it's not the baby mom, it's somebody else. Do you think that it's appropriate to be kissing your children on the lips?
Not that day. Maybe another day after you done brush your teeth and wash your mouth out.
Hey yo,
Okay, that's the each his own,
I
but
was
I
about
just
to
thought that was
say that that shit
a
ain't
no
I mean,
no.
surprised me to
I
do it.
don't really believe in kissing on the lips. I don't ever think
Right,
that's
that's what I
needed.
was saying. Like
Okay,
I just don't believe nobody should kiss on the lips. Or, I mean, children shouldn't even know about kissing. Like at a certain age, I don't know.
no, because I mean because I had seen it just it was innocent. It was innocent. A friend of mine kissed their daughter on the lips, but I was just like, yo, use a whole freak, use a whole
Yeah,
be doing all kinds of shit with all these different women. How are you going? Like, nah, nah. I
yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I just couldn't.
If you know
I
you out there and
personally.
loose, that could be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that could be a problem. I wouldn't want to see that. If I'd seen somebody, and I know in this last month they slept with 4 people, or
Right,
put their mouth
right.
on 4 people, and then they kissing all on the. I'd be like, yeah, I would be like, you a little loose with it. That's a little extra.
And I mean, I'm not saying don't show love on your children, don't love on your children, but give them a little kiss on the cheek or kiss their hand, or you don't have to be, the same. Because I'm just
It's
like,
just like
as an
why are you
adult,
teaching? I just don't think you should kiss your kids in the mouth. Period. I don't care if they came from you or not. I just don't think you should be kissing kids, mom or
got
not.
you. Um, got you. And I mean, there is a thing, in the Black community about like sexualizing our children and sexualizing certain things. And so I get it, with that, the mentality, and it's a precarious situation to go in, about, when is it appropriate for your child to stop sitting on their father's lap and all this other stuff. Like there's a whole taboo of it, kind of thing. But
I wonder where the kissing. I wonder where that actually originated from.
What
what
the
do you mean?
kids kissing on the mouth?
This the actual action of kissing. Somebody did that first. Like, where did that originate from? The actual thing, kissing, actual
I
kissing.
don't think nobody really thought that far.
Yeah.
Let me ask Google. Y'all continue. I was curious. I'm gonna ask Google.
No, yeah, that's definitely a curious question. I never thought about that. Like, who's
Yeah.
invented kissing? Like, where did it come from?
Yeah. I don't
Like, what
know. I
made
mean,
that?
we joke and say about it came from the French
And I
kiss,
was
but
about to
who's
say
really
that.
to
Is
say?
that from the French kiss? Because if like, I don't know. That's a question.
So I just thought that was like,
There's
but yeah,
evidence of kissing in Egypt in 2500 BC. Some studies suggest that Neverland Neanderthals humans kissed in 100,000 years ago. 100,000 years ago, figurines have been found that indicate kissing may have been practiced in prehistoric history.
My thing is, how did they know that
okay.
it was kissing? Like, what made them name
Yeah,
it
that's
kissing?
neat.
hmm
Hmm.
So that's interesting. That's interesting. Like, where did it all come from? But it's here now. All different kinds of things. It's like, how did people know to do certain things sexually? Who knows? Who knows when all this
No,
kind of started? From the Kama Sutra to it's been around since forever. But all I'm saying is, how do we conduct ourselves now when it comes to how we engage and how we interact with other people, and the whole thing with enter how we interact with our kids just took me out because I'm just like, I understand if mom and dad are together, and even then, like, no, like,
Seriously.
what y'all doing, what y'all doing in the bedroom should not translate, because actually a friend told me that we were having this conversation, and he was like, oh my goodness, one of my nieces would have like cold sores at like 10 years old. And it's like, why does a 10-year-old have a cold sore? A 10-year-old shouldn't have a cold sore. But they will if mommy and daddy is kissing on them and they've been out there. So it's just like,
You know that 70% of people are born with herpes.
yes, yes. But
70.
I mean, there's a difference between the birth and then, herpes simplex and then herpes simplex too. So I mean, there's the difference, but um
Breakout can happen at any time.
true, true. But a person has to be, I mean, if you are dealing with, a herpes outbreak or something like that, you should be cognizant, you should be aware if you're not on medication, paying attention to it, paying attention to your body, it's very important.
I always seen cold sores. When I was in elementary, kids had cold sores and stuff. Everybody just called it cold sore. Nobody knew what it was. I know I didn't early on without knowing sex education until later on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because, yeah, because
And
sometimes you can
all
get it
cold
from,
sores are
just
herpes.
people sharing germs, that's, yeah, you get, you, you know. So I mean, you just have to be mindful. But I'm just saying, can if you can be preventative, then why
If you don't
not?
want
I
to, I was
mean,
about to say that if you don't want to use a cold sore, you can use mono. Mono is easily transplanted for a person.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
mono. I never knew a black person that caught mono.
Yeah, I
I
actually
know a couple.
didn't catch mono until I was in college, and that was because I did kiss a Caucasian guy, and I felt like that was the reason why. I was
Wow,
in a
yeah, 'cause
school. I was in a school that mono was going around like crazy, and I never caught it until I went to college, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
what is it though? What is it? What is it? I never knew what it was. Like, what is it?
I mean, they call it a kissing disease because you can catch it through there. It is a virus
It comes
that
through your
goes through
saliva.
the nucleus, huh?
It comes through your saliva. Like you know.
Yeah. And it just causes like you to be very lethargic. That's like the common symptom of it is being lethargic, being not really hungry. It's just, yeah. You're just
People
like,
that basically is
you're like
if
the
you could really
flu.
tell people that get hoarse without yelling.
hmm
Okay.
Well, I didn't experience that. I just was very lethargic and like just didn't want to be bothered with anybody. But that's, yeah. But yeah, that was not fun.
I'm
But
it was dope tapping in the show. I got to
so
make a little move.
yeah, so thank you for both of you for tapping in, and I appreciate you all. So thank you.
All right.
Okay, have a great evening and a rest of the Thursday. Well, the rest of the week. It's not even Thursday yet. So have a great rest of the week. Take care, y'all. Mm. So, yes, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate that for April and Ada for being able to tune in real quick. So, yes, again, just to cover it over again, we were talking about dating in the workplace, dating other people in the entertainment business, how that can be how can that affect your relationship and dating, and again, with kissing your kids and you're sexually active. And as we see, collectively, that is not a thing that is, a positive thing to do. Like we're not team kiss your children on the lips. Okay, go mwah, the cheeks, on the forehead, on the nose, even on the kiss on the stomach, through the stomach, whatever. But yeah, if you, I'm just saying, protect our children, protect the kids. And the best way to do that is to be mindful. And if you're out here, not even if you're sucking in, effing a whole bunch of people, but still, even if you are with just one other partner, be cognizant, be mindful. You can brush your teeth and everything like that, but germs still exist. He said, my parents never did that. I fought back. Hilarious. But yeah, like, be mindful. I just think that as we think about our children and stuff like that, we want to give them the best opportunity. And passing on germs and STDs, if you can avoid it, is a big, like, why not? Why not? So protect your children. That's all I can say. But it is 10:42. Didn't do a complete hour, but I need to head off and get ready for Thursday because the rest of the week is going to be pretty busy. So I thank you all for tuning in. Kaynichole After Dark. Be sure to follow the discussion. If you've missed anything, please be sure to check it out on my YouTube, The World of Kaynichole, at Kaynichole After Dark. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, and always, keep your crown straight, stay in touch, and I'll do the same. Have a great rest of the week.